Okay, good afternoon. I want to call the Drainage District Board of Directors meeting to order. We'll start with a roll call to establish quorum.
Good afternoon, David Fuentes, Precinct 1.
Eddie Cantu, Precinct 2.
Everardo Villarreal, Precinct 3.
Ellie Torres, Precinct 4.
Richard Cortez, County Judge, to the constitutional quorum. Mr. Singh, would you please lead us in
Certainly
prayer?
will. Judge, Commissioners, good afternoon, everyone. Let us have a word of prayer this afternoon. Father God, we continue to ask you to fill our cities, counties, state, and national political leaders with wisdom, understanding, discernment, knowledge, forgiveness, faithfulness, humility, and dignity. We continue to thank you for the men and women who serve our community in leadership roles and for their families. Grant them peace when their work takes them away from their families. Continue to pray for our judge and 4 commissioners that you have appointed to lead this great county of ours. We pray for our mayors, school board members, city councils, police chiefs, district attorneys, sheriff, judges, and all who serve our local communities. Grant them abundant wisdom, favor, increase their faith, and prepare them to pursue your excellence. Strengthen them with integrity and character to act righteously. Draw them to you and cause them to know and fulfill your purposes. Continue to place people in their paths that will provide scriptural, sound, and godly counsel, for without your counsel, their plans will go awry. Provide them daily reminders of why they decided to dedicate their lives to public service, Father God, and use that commitment to encourage them. Deal with our leaders by keeping their hearts and motives pure. We ask you to make their hearts pliable, willing, and obedient to your will. Cause each of their lives to glorify your name. Father God, we believe in you with a faith that never seeks to test you. We trust in you, hoping to learn to accept and follow your will, even when it does not make sense to the way that we see things. We're always trying to serve ourselves and our ambitions, and you want us to be concerned with serving others. Help us to be more focused on what really matters, loving and serving others. Lord, help us to replace our selfishness with love, and may our love for you and those around us be similar to the love you have shown to us. Scripture reminds us the more we seek you, the more we will find you. May we continue to seek you in everything we do, and may we always work as we're working for you. We ask all this in your Son, Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. We have had no one sign up for open forum, so we'll go to the approval of the consent agenda.
Yes, sir. Consent agenda approval, check register, Judge. Other items that have been vetted by the team, Drainage District team, everything's in order, sir. We do recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Item 5A, consideration possible action to become members of the Text by a Cooperative Purchase Program for Goods and Services through the adoption of a board resolution authorizing Dow County District 1 to enter an interlocal agreement with Region 16 Education Service Center and with authority of the district general manager or his designee to execute agreement subject to legal review.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. B, requesting authority to exercise 60-day grace period extension as provided in the current agreement for drug and alcohol testing services with Lab Services, Inc., contract number CA-31-19-078-0128, under the same rates, terms, and conditions effective January 29, 2024, and expires on March 28, 2024.
And why just an extension?
I presume that we're going to probably go out for proposals, sir, so we're using the current existing in-place contract extend, and then we'll probably put it out to see if we get any takers.
Okay.
Motion to approve.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item C, approval to exercise district option to renew, extend the contracts for financial advisory service, CACDD 1-2006-90202, with Stratton and Hosa and Company, Inc., for the first year renewal option under the same rates, terms, and conditions as stated in the agreement.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Judge, I need to abstain on that item.
Item C, abstention.
Well, let the record show that Commissioner Cantu abstained from voting on that item.
Item 5D, request approval of final negotiated letter of engagement in the Burton, McCumber, and LaGuardia LLP as it relates to the independent financial audit services, where RFQ number ACDD 1-230410-830 ESZ approved for negotiations by the Board of Directors on October 17, 2023, subject to final review and compliance, House Bill 1295. We did go up for RFQ, and this was the only firm that submitted. Obviously, they've been serving the district for quite some time, and they've done great work for us, so we do recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
5E1, requesting approval of the final negotiated professional service agreement with B2Z Engineering as it relates to professional engineering service for the project Dow County Precinct 2 Drainage Assessment Project, C, ACDD 124-006-0123, as approved for negotiations on 9/5/23, subject to final legal review, compliance House Bill 1295.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
E2, accepts and approve work session number 1 in the amount 358,464.02 as submitted by B to Z Engineering to provide engineering service for the Dow County Precinct 2 Drainage Assessment Project through contract number CACD 124-006-0123.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Item F, requesting approval of supplemental agreement number 1 to work session number 1 of the professional engineering service agreement, BDZ Engineering for the project CCQ Rainbow Drain Project Phase 2 Restore Act, CACD 120661110 to reflect additional scope of professional service in the amount of $79,045.38 and revised period of service to end October 31st, 2025, subject to final review and compliance House Bill 1295.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. G1, requesting approval of purchase 5 Peterbilt 584 Load King dump trucks with an extended warranty through the Dow County Drainage District 1 membership participation with PCA Cooperative, contract number OD32820 from Big D Tractor LLC, Blue Cat Reynolds and Frontier Equipment in a total amount of $969,610.05.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And items 2 and 3, request approval to trade in the following district-owned units and heavy equipment as listed: 2004 Ford, 2006 Ford, 2007 Ford, 5. I'll read the asset numbers: 41900, 1515, 1528. Asset number 1477, asset number 1530, asset number 1519, asset number 1572, asset number 1573, asset number 1760, asset number 1769, asset number 1770, and the 2008 Cat Motor Grader. All these items have already been cleared off our books, and they're no longer being used, so we're trading them in. And item 3, pursuant to the board approval of the trade-in, request for approval to remove the following district assets once transaction is complete, which is the same asset numbers in item 2, 4190, 1515, 1528, 1477, 1530, 1519, 1572, 1573, 1760, 1769, 1770, and the 2008 Cat 120M motor grader. Those are the assets information.
Motion to approve.
Second. We have a motion to approve item G2
And 3.
and 3. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Item 6A, requesting approval to closing documents, and if I may, Judge, I'll read them all. They're same
Please.
items. Approval of closing documents for parcel 23-4 as it relates to Project 23 of the 2018 Drainage Bond Program, Mile 11 North of the Texas Boulevard Project, and authority for the chairman of the board to execute documents. Item 2, requesting approval of closing documents for parcel 23-16. This relates to Project 23 of the 2018 Drainage Bond Program, Mile 11 North and Texas Boulevard Project, and authority for the chairman of the board to execute documents. Item 3, requesting approval of closing documents, parcel 23-20, as it relates to Project 23, 18 Bond Program, Mile 11 North and Texas Boulevard Project, authority for chairman of the board to execute documents. Item 4, requesting approval of closing documents, parcel 23-25, as it relates to Project 23 of the 2018 Drainage Bond Program, Mile 11 North and Texas Boulevard Project, and authority chairman of the board to execute documents. Item 5, requesting approval of closing documents, parcel 23-13. Again, as it relates to Project 23 of the 2018 Drainage Bond Program, Mile 11 North and and Texas Boulevard Project, and authority chairman will execute documents pending final legal review. And item 6, requesting of closing documents for parcel 23-21 as it relates to Project 23 of the 2018 Drainage Bond Program, Mile 11 North and Texas Boulevard Project, and authority for chairman of the board to execute documents pending final review. I would recommend items 6A 1 through 6, subject to final legal review.
Can we get to construction now?
Yes, that's where we're heading, sir. Yes, sir.
Motion to approve.
We're acquiring to get to construction. Yes, sir.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. 6B1, approval application payment number 4 in the amount of $20,637.01 from McAllen Multi-Service pertaining to construction contract number CACD 123-033-0808. Project engineer, Mr. Atsunoa from my office. Item 2, approval application payment number 1 in the amount of $507,615.75 from the 5125 company pertaining to construction contract number CACD 123-048-0926. Item 3, approval application payment number 1 in the amount of $146,317.50 from RDH Site and Concrete LLC pertaining to construction contract number CACD 1-21047-1130. Item 4, approve application payment number 5 in the amount of $62,843.29 from RBM Contractors pertaining to construction contract number CACD 1-23-014-0426 KMG. And item 5, approve application payment number 2 in the amount of $190,944.03 from Memorial LLC pertaining to construction contract number CACD 1-23-032-0808. That's items B 1 through 5.
So moved.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. 7A1, requesting approval of final negotiated professional engineering service agreement with TESI Infrastructure Group in connection with the PD Lateral Iowa Road Drainage Improvements 2023 Bond Referendum Project Number 18, contract number CACD 1-23-073-1114, as approved by negotiations on 11/14/23, subject to final legal review.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
7A2, acceptance and approval of work condition number 1 in the amount of $93,853 as submitted by TESI Infrastructure Group, Inc., through contract number CACD 1-23-073-1114 to provide professional engineering service for PD Lateral Iowa Road Drainage Improvement 2023 Bond Referendum Project Number 18, subject to final legal review.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Excuse me. 7B, acceptance and approval of work session number 1 to provide construction material testing for a total amount of $57,249 as submitted by Terracon Consultants, Inc., South Main Drain 2023 Bond Referendum Project Number 3, contract number CACD 1-23-038-0808, subject to final legal review.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
8A, requesting approval of budget amendment in the amount of $965,078.96 from Capital Projects Fund 132, 2008 unreserved fund balance for the construction projects of W01 Gate Structure in La Villa, 657,920.04, and Mile 6 Outpost 307-158.91.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
We do have some items in executive
Okay.
closed sessions.
Pursuant to subchapter D of chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code, will be retired to closed session to discuss items listed on code section 55.01, 551.072.074, and possibly .071. May I have a motion to do so?
Motion made.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. I have 1:43 PM. Okay, we're back from closed session. I've got 2 minutes after 2 o'clock, and we do have some action items.
Yes, sir, Judge. You want to read it out, counsel? Yes. Action items?
Judge Commissioners, on item 10A, action is required to authorize Mr. Sassine to proceed as discussed in the closed session.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
So,
Thank you,
Mr.
Judge.
My apologies, Mr.
Oh, yeah, we
Sassoon,
need to go to,
if we could please go back to
The consent agenda?
and
Yes.
rescind the action taken on the Drainage District consent agenda.
We need a motion to rescind
Rescinding
the
the action
adoption of
taken.
the consent
So moved.
agenda.
Second.
Motion made?
Motion is second made. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, so,
May
Judge,
I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
the motion to approve less items
No.
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 Okay, with everything.
with everything?
Let the record show that Commissioner Yadala will abstain from discussion or action on this item.
Understood.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. That's it.
I think
Motion
for
to
that,
adjourn.
may I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion made.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. And I want to call the Hidalgo County Commissioners Court meeting to order. We'll start with a roll call to establish the quorum.
Good afternoon, David Fuentes, Precinct 1.
Eddie Goffey, precinct 2.
Everardo Villarreal, precinct 3.
Ellie Torres, precinct 4.
Richard Cortez, County Judge, that constitutes a quorum. Today, we're honored to have a very great veteran with us. He's the director of the Hidalgo County Veterans Service Office. He reached the rank of Staff Sergeant. Is Samuel Pettis Jr. He served in the U.S. Air Force from 2002 to 2010. He's an Iraqi combat veteran. He's also chair of the Veterans County Service Advisory Conference. Will you please lead us in prayer? I mean, in the pledge, excuse me.
Yes, Judge. Thank you, Commissioner Judge, for having us. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your service, Sam.
Thank you,
Today,
sir.
we're also honored to have Armando Garza Jr. He's the Chief of Staff for Precinct 2. Armando, could you please lead us in today's prayer?
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. Thank you for the opportunity to lead us in prayer today. I'd like to start with a verse from the book of Acts, chapter 20, verse 28. Keep watch over yourselves and all the flock of which the Holy Spirit has made you overseers. Be shepherds of the church of God, which he bought with his own blood. God, I pray that you would bless our leaders with your divine wisdom and the mind of Christ, so that they can make decisions with understanding and humility. I acknowledge your supreme authority and ask that our leaders would rightly appropriate your place in their lives. Amen.
Amen. Please remain standing. I want to announce that on behalf of the citizens and employees of Hidalgo County, we would also like to extend our most sincere condolences to the Alcantar family for their recent loss. This week we had Mr. Cruz Alcantar. He's a former Hidalgo County WIC employee. He passed away on Wednesday, January the 17th of 2024. We would like to ask all of you for a moment of silence to pay respect to a special individual who worked for the county for over 26 years. Thank you. We ask everyone to please keep this family in your prayers. Next item is the approval of the consent agenda.
Sir, thank you, Judge, Commissioners. With your permission, I'm asking to pull consent agenda items 6A, consent agenda item 9A 1 and 2, and consent agenda item 10D.
Motion to approve the remaining balance of the agenda.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Judge, Commissioners, consent agenda item 6A is a resolution, and that will be taken under momentarily. Item 9A 1 and 2, for the record, Commissioner Fuentes will be abstaining from any discussion and/or action. That being said, if I could please have a motion.
So made.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Let the record show Commissioner Fuentes abstained from any discussion or action on these items.
Thank you.
And item, consent agenda item 10D, I do have a correction to make. The correct amount for the membership dues for Texas AgriLife is $605. Again, the correct amount that is being approved for Texas AgriLife membership dues is $605.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay.
Kimberly?
So for consent agenda item 6A, we have approval of a resolution recommending the use of the workintexas.com as a primary employment platform for local employers.
Good afternoon, Judge and Commissioners. Resolution recommending the use of workintexas.com as a primary employment platform for local employers. Whereas the Prosperity Task Force aims to uplift Hidalgo County residents living at or below the poverty line by collaborating across sectors and connecting residents to economic prosperity, educational opportunities, and social services. And whereas the Texas Workforce Commission responds to the needs of Texas employers and workers through locally designed market-driven workforce development initiatives. And the local Workforce Development Board, Workforce Solutions, serves as a key partner to the Prosperity Task Force. And whereas the Prosperity Task Force aims to promote the use of workintexas.com, an online application that offers job seekers immediate and continuous access to job matching services to assist Hidalgo County residents in the job application and placement processes. And whereas the Prosperity Task Force aims to encourage local employers to utilize workintexas.com to list job postings and identify job seekers. And whereas the Prosperity Task Force encourages local municipalities and economic development corporations to designate workintexas.com as the primary platform for job seeking and job listing purposes. Now therefore be it resolved that the Hidalgo County Commissioners Court does hereby recommend the use of workintexas.com as the primary online job platform for local employers to help increase the job matching activity in Hidalgo County. Seeking approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you
I
very
have
much for, go ahead.
Thomas Garcia, thank you, Judge, to say a few words from the Prosperity Task Force.
Judge, Commissioners, thank you so much for passing this resolution. At the Prosperity Task Force, we believe in action. In order to take action on identifying residents in poverty and placing them on a job placement pathway, we need to know where the available jobs are, and that's exactly what workintexas.com does. Workforce Solutions has been a key partner in helping us identify the needs in our community. This is a useful but underutilized tool, so we hope that with today's passing, we can actually take Workforce Solutions and Frank on the road to our local DCs, big employers, small cities, and we can let them know about all the different resources workintexas.com has to offer, including getting our residents much-needed jobs. So thank you, Frank, for today, and thank you, Commissioners and Judge, for all the hard work you do in supporting the Prosperity Task Force.
Thank you, Thomas. Frank, you want to?
Yes, sir. Well, I want to thank Judge Cortez and the commissioners for the great support of Workforce Solutions. I'm very confident that this job matching platform, Work in Texas, is going to help move people out of poverty by increasing the job opportunities and really helping place more individuals in employment and help the employers find those workers that they truly need. Thank you.
Thank you. Want to take a picture? Okay. We're going to go on to open forum.
Yes, sir, Judge. So we do have three participants. Our first participant is Ms. Fern McClarty. Ms. McClarty, there is a 3-minute time limit, and I will advise when there is 1 minute. I will start when you start. But if I may, please, prior to you starting, I'd like to remind the public that they're always welcome to participate in public forum. They need to be familiar with the rules of decorum, which prohibits direct and indirect personal attacks on members of the court or any county individuals. The comments made should also pertain to county business and cannot be threatening in nature. Ms. McClarty?
Commissioners, my topic today is the impact of your uncontrolled spending. In 2023, this commission increased your budget by $22,593,195, or 11.9%. In 2024, your annual budget was increased by $34,392,189, or 15.36%. Is there a study indicating that the people of Hidalgo County are financially able to sustain the increase in taxes? Are there more jobs being created that pay higher salaries, and would this allow the people to pay for the more taxes? What is it that makes the commission think that increasing taxes by 26.4% in 2 years is beneficial to the people of Hidalgo County? All the economics reports from our own department show a steady increase in poverty. We are in the middle of a recession. Gas prices are increasing and the price of food is increasing. A recession is a significant, widespread, and prolonged downturn in economic activity. In other words, when things start getting more expensive. So what has the county done to do with the impact of this condition on the people? Absolutely nothing. More staff have been hired, salaries have been increased, and you have started to sell foreclosed property on Zoom. The effort of the state to lower the tax burden on homestead owners was nullified by the increase of the property value by the appraisal district. The increased values on homestead property did not have to happen. No taxing bodies would have lost any revenue. That was the beauty of the plan. Hidalgo County is increasing poverty by increasing taxes on the poor. If you want to know how the people feel about paying more taxes, or if the people know who is responsible, how about going over to the tax office collection there on 281 and Canton and walk in those long lines that the people are trying to pay. And today I wanted to redo something. Commissioner, I have my calculator. And what happened, and I did get it wrong, but the number still for the animal collection over there, we need to do something to educate the people about the pets and about it, because this money is coming out of each and every one of their pockets. For 1 year, $624,000. 2 years, $1,248,000. 48 months, $2,496,000. There's got to be a way to help educate the people. I was in Mission tonight, last night. They have their own.
Warren,
I
you have to
believe
respect the time
Westlaco
limit.
has. I'm sorry?
You have to respect the time limit, please.
Well, I did. I didn't hear him. Okay.
Anyone else on this?
Yes, sir. We do have two more participants, and they are both on the same topic. Mr. Gordon Jenkins and I apologize if I get the pronunciation wrong, Melvin Terveen. My apologies, Mr. Terveen.
Good afternoon, Judge and Commissioners. My name is Gordon Jenkins.
So, Mr. Jenkins, so for clarification purposes on my part, so both have signed up for open forum, but you've also, and it's specific to item 25, or did you also are indicating a public participation form on item 25?
Sir, I'm sorry, I don't understand all of that stuff.
Okay, so
I'm here to talk when the, this is open forum, right?
yes.
When the other, when the agenda, I would like to speak to
Okay,
that.
so then it's both.
you know that we want to talk.
So it's both,
Yes.
open forum and public participation. Okay, thank
Okay.
you.
Anyway, I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Gordon Jenkins. I'm the president and general manager of Irrigation District 13. It's a very small irrigation district, but it's on Seminary Road. And I've got, would you hold it? This is, well, I don't have, I only have 5 copies.
I'll go ahead and give it to them.
All right, thank you. And I apologize, I should have brought, thank you, Melvin. I should have brought something that shows it a little better, but that subdivision was, I think it was 1947 when it was made, and there was a dedicated road that's never been, it's just on paper, it's never been, I mean, it's just farmland, and Melvin Trevine has been farming it for many years, and before him it was Griffin and Brand, but I mean, it's a farm. And so the Mr. Hoffman, the deceased owner, sold 100 feet on the west end of this subdivision to to the irrigation, to the drainage district. Bona Walker was she worked with the highway department for many years, and then she started working for the county. But anyway, they're enlarging deepening, widening the irrigation, the drainage ditch right next to us. And so I'm concerned they want to come use this dedicated road that, like I said, it is no road. It's just in the middle of a field. And they want to come across there with their trucks. And I'm concerned about my irrigation lines that are underneath where they would come over. And then Melvin is, well, he'll talk for himself. Mostly that's what we're here to talk about and tell us, give you our side of the story, so to speak. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jenkins. So, Mr. Kervin?
Yes, I'm been a tenant on the Hoffman's land for over 30 years, so I pretty well know that area out there. And like he said, y'all are removing the dirt on that west drain line on, I guess it's District 1, I'm not sure. But what they're trying to do is they're wanting to take a shortcut across Hoffman's property to make it easier to get over the Seminary Road to dump dirt into a lower area, which they have accesses along that canal already to the north and to the south, which they are using to the south. And most of our concerns is we've got 4 major irrigation lines underneath there. And I've been very familiar with the construction company that's doing this project. They've worked down at Benson Palm for Iowa, and they were also up on ML. And everything they've done and come across, they've torn up and broke and cut our water supplies. We have a real high input crop out there growing, watermelons, very high value inputs of 5,000 acre, and it's in a short period of time. And we cannot afford to have a delay, just a convenient construction company to get a little shortcut to bring dirt over to a low area. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. Thank you.
Thank you. We have no more participants, Judge, Commissioner.
Which item is that? Item 25.
Item 25.
I heard 29. Before we go into closed session, let's go ahead and accommodate elections. We can move item 20A.
Good afternoon, Judge and Commissioners. I'm Hilda Salinas, Elections Administrator, here to present to you today. Agenda item number 93974. The first item on the agenda is a discussion on election updates. Preparation for the March 5th, 2024 joint primary election are in full swing. Early voting begins Tuesday, February 20th, and will run through Friday, March 1st. All 30 polling locations, early voting polling locations, will be open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. throughout the voting period. With the exception of Sunday, which is February 25th, polling locations will be open from 10 a.m. to 4. An important date to remember is the last day to register to vote or to make any changes to your voter registration for the March primary is Monday, February 5th. Our office will be open until 8 a.m. that day, to be ready to assist any voters that would like to register to make any changes to their voter registration, just so you know. To be eligible to register in Texas, you must be a U.S. citizen, be a resident of the county, be 18 years old, and you may register at 17 years old and 10 months, just as long as you are 18, come Election Day. Election Day is Tuesday, March 5th. And of course, we ask voters to visit our website at www.hidalgocounty.us/elections and to call our office at 318-2570. Do you have any questions on that?
Can you modify your voter registration online, or you have to do it in the office?
You do have to submit it in person and go to our office. Item number 2. I'll go ahead and proceed. Discussion, consideration, and action approving the joint resolution and contract for the March 5th, 2024 joint primary election. I'll go ahead and I'll proceed to read the resolution. Joint resolution and statistical information for joint primary. The joint resolution reads as, whereas the Democratic Party of Hidalgo County, Texas, and the Republican Party of Hidalgo County, Texas desire to enter into a 2024 joint primary election services contract with the Hidalgo County Elections Administrator as the county election officer. And whereas the Commissioners Court of Hidalgo County, Texas desires to give authorization for said contract. Now therefore be it resolved by Commissioners Court of Hidalgo County, Texas, that said Commissioners Court authorizes a joint contracted by and among Mr. Richard Gonzalez, Democratic Party Chair, and Adrian Peña Garza, Republican Party Chair, and Hilda A. Salinas, County Election Officer for Hidalgo County, for the contract and supervision of Hidalgo County joint primary election on March 5th, 2024, and the Hidalgo County joint primary runoff election, if necessary, to be held on May 28th, 2024. Passed and approved on this 23rd day of January, 2024. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Thank you. Working together. Let me call for the vote immediately. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. All right.
Yes, yes. So this is a great accomplishment as the Republican Party and the Democratic Party did come together and to share the resources, share the equipment, share the poll workers, all for the betterment of the voter and to be administered in the joint primary. So that was the main goal, and it was accomplished. Would you like to say any words? I have a Democratic Party Chair, Richard Gonzalez, and Executive Chair, Mr. Robert Bonds. I'm not sure if you would like to say a few words.
Just very briefly, Judge, Commissioners, thank you all so much for having us here today and hopefully passing this resolution. It's, just like you said, it's a great thing when you see both parties come together for the greater good of the community. We're very happy to do so, and we hope that we can continue this kind of progress moving forward in order to make it easier for the voters out there of Hidalgo County. Thank you all.
Judge and Commissioners, thank you for approving this resolution. And as my colleague here said, this is what we need to be doing to help the voters exercise their franchise by coming together. And I think that this joint primary will alleviate issues that we had in the last primary election. And we're very pleased to work together with our Democratic colleagues. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'll go ahead and I'll proceed with the next two items, which is the approval of the March 5th, 2024 joint primary election services contract between Hidalgo County and the Hidalgo County Democratic Party. I recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item number 4, approval of the March 5th, 2024 joint primary election services contract between Hidalgo County and the Hidalgo County Republican Party. I recommend approval.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you all very much.
Thank you so much for your
I have
support.
a question. When was the last time that you all worked together as Republicans and Democrats?
This is the first time,
Wow.
Commissioner.
Oh, but congratulations, guys.
Making history today.
Making history.
It means
Thank
a
you.
lot.
It really
that
does.
you all are able to work together and to benefit all of our citizens, whether Democrat or Republican.
Very much so.
We should take a picture to promote and get people to vote.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Get people to vote in March.
Thank you very much for your support.
That was it, yes, sir.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to also move item 17, Head Start.
Good afternoon, Judge and Commissioners. Thank you, Judge, for accommodating the Head Start program. Okay. Item 17A, we are requesting, your authorization and approval of the revision of our organizational chart that actually resulted with the retirement of some key personnel, and we are consolidating some of those positions.
You need a motion?
Yes, sir.
A motion made?
Second.
We have a motion, is there a second?
Yes.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, sir. Item B, we are requesting authorization for changes in the budgeted positions. We, as I mentioned, because we did have some individuals that did retire and they have vacant positions, we are liking to consolidate some of those positions. And as a result of this, we'll have a cost savings of $102,000 and also increasing 23 positions in our Head Start campuses. That would be for family services workers, assistant teachers, custodians, and disability aid floaters, and also requesting authorization for a food driver floater as well. Requesting authorization.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, sir. Item C, we would like authorization, because this is a budget implication, to authorize an annual stipend for those department directors that are now taking on that added responsibility because of the vacancy of that department director or the retirement of a department director, to avoid having to replace that very high position. Now we have a department director that will take on that responsibility and providing that stipend. Also requesting a sign-on bonus for certified teachers, and this is an incentive to promote and retain qualified staff in our classrooms. Requesting authorization.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, sir. Item D, we are requesting your authorization to submit a one-time funding application to do repairs and replacements of fixtures and toilet sinks and so forth of some of our facilities. Requesting approval.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion
Thank
carries.
you. Item E, we are submitting for your authorization the approval of the schedule for the self-assessment. As you know, this is a requirement of the grant. We did submit the team members and also the team lead. If anyone from the Commissioners Court or any of your staff would like to participate in the annual self-assessment, the documentation is there. Request approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Item F, request to present the under-enrollment plan. At this point, we did participate in the under-enrollment meeting with all of the grantees in Texas and Region 6. There was a considerable amount, but I would like to submit to you that when your December 31st enrollment numbers were at 2896, today they are at 3,033. That's an increase of 137 children. And we also, with the authorization of hiring those individuals, will be able to now have the staff to be able to support those children that are ready to come in as well. Request authorization.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, sir. Item G, we are requesting approval to enter into a 2-year memorandum of understanding with actually precinct within Commissioner Cantu's precinct, and this is for a portable building that we currently have in our facility. And this particular one, and I want to congratulate Commissioner Cantu because they will be providing free ESL and GED services to the community. So request approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Well, everything was corrected on the other line.
Yes.
Yes.
And our apologies on that, sir.
No problem. We have a motion second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay. Item H, no action required at this one. Okay. We are on the following item, I believe. Okay. I want to make sure. The discussion and approval to request purchase cabling installation to support the security camera systems through the Hidalgo County membership participation with the Department of Information Resources awarded vendor contract DIR TSO 4343 inside public sector. Request approval.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next item, we are requesting approval to declare obsolete and auction the attached listed items and transfer items to the county's approved bond and bond auction company for proper disposition. Request approval.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next item, request approval to enter into a memorandum of understanding for a 2-year term with the City of Donna. This is one of our smaller portable buildings that we will inevitably request disposition of this building, but at this time, the City of Donna is requesting use of this building and requesting authorization.
Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, I believe this is our final item. We are requesting approval for application and certification of payment for invoice number 1 in the amount of $28,767.08 for professional services submitted by Strata Engineering and Consulting LLC through contract C-23-001-02-17 AS for the Hidalgo County Outdoor Learning Environments and Discovery Classrooms. Request approval.
Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And I think this was our final item, but I do want to say that we are going to be looking at having a groundbreaking finally on the outdoor learning project, and I will be contacting you. I know that this is a project that's been in the making for the last 3 years, so we're very excited about that.
Ms. Peña, thank you very much for all the work that you do.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
We're going
Commissioners.
to go ahead and move to item 25A, Precinct 4, Commissioner Tolwitz.
Good afternoon, Commissioners, and Judge Valinda Reyes, Precinct 4. Item 25A, discussion and possible action to accept only to the extent not previously accepted the public dedication shown on Seminary Heights subdivision plat recorded in Volume 9, page 23B of the Plat Records of Hidalgo County, Texas. Have a resolution? Okay. Let me read the resolution. Resolution on acceptance of public dedication of roadways found in the Seminary Heights subdivision plat. Whereas certain real property located in McAllen, Hidalgo County, Texas, is part of the Seminary Heights subdivision, the Seminary Heights subdivision. Whereas the plat for Seminary Heights subdivision, the subdivision plat, was recorded on November 18th, 1947 in Volume 9, page 23B of the Plat Records of Hidalgo County, Texas. Whereas the subdivision plat includes a public dedication of certain roadways. Whereas pursuant to Texas law, the Hidalgo County Commissioners Court wishes to formally accept only to the extent not already accepted by prior action or use the public dedication of roadways shown on the plat subdivision. And now, therefore, it be resolved that the Hidalgo County Commissioners Court approves the formal acceptance of the public dedication or all roadways shown on the subdivision plat recorded in Volume 9, page 23B of the Plat Records of Hidalgo County, Texas, to the extent such have not already been accepted by prior action or use. Read, considered, passed, and approved at a regular meeting of the Hidalgo County Commissioners Court at which quorum was present and which was held in accordance with the Texas Government Code, Chapter 551.
I think Cecine's going to talk about it.
Judge, Commissioners, So this is one of the items that was spoken to, I guess, in the public forum. This is a road that will lead to our North Main drain system that we have currently under expansion.
A road that doesn't exist, but
Is there via plat? So is there established via plat? And what we're recommending is the Commissioners Court take action to accept this road and all the roads within that plat that have not previously been accepted already. The items that were, I guess, brought forward regarding irrigation and access, we'll address those issues at the district, because ultimately the district's going to have that as an access to our main drain project. We're not going to excavate down. We're going to actually raise the area, the access road, the caliche, everything to access it. So it's not, not going to be cutting into the ground, affecting anything. And just like any other road that we work on, whether at the district or have had the privilege of working in the precincts and improving, we look at the utilities that are in place to make sure we preserve them or make adjustments as necessary to make sure that they are maintained in operation for the intended use. So all that will be addressed during that process as we establish that road out there. So we do recommend that the Commissioners Court consider this and adopt the resolution.
Is there a utility easement?
There is an actual road dedicated right-of-way there. So there's an east-west road dedicated right-of-way, and there's a north-south dedicated right-of-way as well. Down the middle of the property, on the eastern portion of the plat that was mentioned, there is a seminary road that has been also established by use and is there. So that's why the resolution is prepared and reads the way it does, because it is a road right-of-way established by the plat. And again, when we establish that east-west access for the district to be able to maintain its facility, and the interim will be used for construction, but the long term will be used for us to have access. We'll maintain it. We're going to elevate it. We're not going to cut into, and then we're going to respect whatever utilities are in the way to make sure they stay operational, just like we do in any other project.
Is there a public comment?
So Judge, Commissioners, we also have public participation form as acknowledged or as clarified to me. It is Mr. Gordon Jenkins and Mr. Melvin Terveen on item 25 on this particular subject matter.
Yes. There is no road now. It's just.
Get the mic closer, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you.
No problem.
There is no road now. It's just farmland. Now, we've had trouble in the past, especially when steel was very high. People would come in on the drainage ditch. You can't stop them. They're all over the place stealing everything they can. Steel at the time, and they would take it right there to the steel recycling place just a half a mile away. And the same thing, we've had trouble with our brass stems. They sell it for $2, and it costs us $150 to replace one stem. Now, we've had everything for the last 30 years or more. We've had it all very secure. There's gates, so no one can come through there. Now, you're talking about it's not the only access you would have. On the side, on each side of the drainage ditch, you've got a road that goes all the way around, and one of those roads comes out on Monte Cristo Road. I mean, you've got on the east and on the west of this drain. You don't need to make this go through the expense of making this road for the only reason of taking the dirt out. That's the only reason that road would even be there. That's a big expense to the county for nothing. And then maintain it?
They already have an access out the south.
So you can be recorded.
They already have an access to take the dirt out on the south on the Monte Cristo and to the north out by Edinburgh Lake. All they're wanting is a shortcut to go across there. We got infrastructure underneath there, which he says they'll take care of, but in the past histories, dealing with these contract companies with the done projects for the county on Vincent Palm, ML roads, they still don't respect irrigation. And there's going to have to be a plan showing how they're going to protect us. And plus dust, we got citrus out there with citrus mites, high dollar vegetable crops. And in the past, construction companies do not respect the land.
What Melvin is talking about is he's had experience in the past where a contractor will break something and then he'll want it fixed like he should be, and then they turn it over to the insurance, and it might take, in his case, 2.5 years to get it fixed. I mean, with an irrigation system, the people need their water, the farmers, immediately. I can't take a chance on having something broke like that for a long period of time.
And why do they need that access? All it's gonna do is open up that road, a shortcut, so they can go down a drainage ditch and go to those colonials to the north side, which we've already got it blocked off for security reasons. In the past, 3 years ago, they broke in there. We had a watermelon trucks all back there, and they took them and they drove them all down into the drainage district.
In the drainage ditch.
In the ditch. I mean, I don't understand them needing a little short road to nowhere when they've got access to other points, just trying to save the construction people a little money.
And then the road that they want to transverse is Seminary Road, and that has a sign that no large trucks. Now, when you take a belly jump and it's hauling 20 cubic yards of dirt, that's a lot of weight for a road that's not designed for that.
Well, we originally, when the contractor approached us, we asked him for a plan and everything else, and he failed to produce anything, and and plus, they already trespassed onto the property. I went out there one day, and he had a grader out there driving where the road was gonna be, shooting the line to be able to start building a road, trespassing, and didn't even have permission to be on the property.
Now, we've also been proactive. We went to Atlas Hall, and Mr. Beal wrote a letter planning out what we could do. They could pay for the county or the drainage ditch would pay for the damages, maybe put some mats over the, one of these mats that the big cranes come on, maybe some of those over the irrigation line so it disperse the weight of those trucks if that's the case. But we've done proactive on this, and then nothing's happened. Once you hire an attorney, no one wants to talk to anybody. So there's kind of where we are. But we have been very proactive on this, trying to resolve it, because I know that you all would like to get that dirt out just as economic as possible.
I know Mr. Sassine not a private developer. He's looking out for the best interests of the county and the drainage district. And I trust that he would sit with you and go over all the concerns that you have. The contractor's not going to break your line. We're going to be able to sit and work with you. But, I guess we just need to work together, and I think everybody can be happy. We're not going to buy insurance to protect the produce. We'll make sure that the line doesn't get broken, but other than that, there are some things we can do, and there's some things we can't do. And buying insurance to protect your crop is not something that we can do.
Were you all thinking on paving that road? Or just put caliche there?
I don't know. That's what's
Because, that road would never be used, only by thieves. That's the only person that's, the people who are going to use that road. Because if someone wanted to check the county drainage district, to check, they're not, they get in on Seminary Road, on Monte Cristo, and they can go all the way down to to the lake. On one side, they get on the other side and go all the way back. You don't need that road.
Mr. Sassine, who owns the land?
The Hoffman Farms, and Millie Hoffman is here
And
with us.
when was the easement given?
In 1947.
Okay, so whoever is using that property used it and accepted it subject to the easement, correct?
correct.
I'm trying to get the best information I can. So buyer beware, whoever's gonna rent it or use that property, you accept it and use it under the conditions that it existed. I'm not a lawyer. Are you listening, Josephine?
But nobody has any interest in affecting the farm.
But to be respectful to the owner of the property and the user of the property, we're also users, having a right to use it. So why don't you all sit down and work this out?
I agree.
The Republicans and Democrats did it earlier.
Well, I don't know quite understand the purpose of the road when you already have accesses to get that dirt out of there. What's the purpose of the road? It's not going to be, once the dirt is gone, it's not gonna be ever used again.
But, sir, you mentioned the road. Your concern is your lines. So
Yes.
why don't we concentrate on making sure that the lines don't get broken?
The way you can do it is make sure y'all have an engineering plan on it.
We can. I
And it
mean,
needs
I don't know
like
about an
air
engineering plan. We have an engineer looking at it.
Yeah.
He's standing behind
Well,
you.
he needs to have air bridges over the lines. Need to make sure that the actually contractor that has this contract, I've had problems with them on ML roads at Vincent State Farm with Iowa. When they put that in, he decided to take a shortcut and destroy the irrigation system. It took me 2.5 years in arbitration to get paid for those damages. Then again, on ML roads at Tres Lagos, he was doing another project on that, and they had all the irrigation lines exposed to where and shown and drawn out, and their excavators even drove and crushed them right in the middle of a crop. And they failed to even notify anybody.
So I appreciate you're actually putting us on notice. Some of these things have happened. They didn't happen under our watch. We have Raul Cecine, who runs the drainage district, willing to sit with you and make sure that doesn't happen again. And so that's all that we can offer you.
Well, I think before we take action, I think we need some legal advice before we proceed to take action on this. So might I have a motion to do so?
Sure.
Motion made.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We're going to be going to closed session to discuss it. We'll be right back.
All right,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we're back from closed session. I have 1 minute after 4 p.m. We do have some action items. Where's Wesley? We're down to the action items filed for the closed session.
Yes, sir, Judge, Commissioners. So, under open session, for the Item 31, open session. 31A, real estate acquisition appropriation of same, no specific action to be taken. 31B, pending under potential litigation, no specific action to be taken. 31C, cause number CO 240073-J, Miguel Angel Jimenez Jr. versus City of Mercedes et al. Judge, Commissioners, for the record, I'm asking Ms. Josephine Ramirez's office from the Chief Civil Division, District Attorney's Office to provide defense on behalf of Hidalgo County.
So move.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
31D, claim of Benito Ramos. Judge, Commissioners, I'd like Settlement Authority to make an offer in the amount of $128.33.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
31E, claim of Karen Gonzalez. Judge, Commissioners, I'd like Settlement Authority to make an offer in the amount of $3,866.24.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And 31F, claim of Ramon Reyna. Judge, Commissioners, I'd like Settlement Authority to make an offer in the amount of $6,756.90.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Judge, for the record, there is no action to be taken on item 30A and 30B.
Okay, well, let's move on to item 25A.
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 I make a motion to accept.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
I would like to add that I also encourage that discussions continue to come to a compromise and a solution with the people who have concerns with
And
the
that's,
property.
and that's what we talked about with
Yes.
Mr. Sassine. He's willing, ready and willing to meet with them and to make sure that we can do as much to accommodate them and move this thing forward.
That's correct.
We've asked our auditor to wait here all day today, so I'd like to move to item 28B.
Can we go on to 25B before we finish?
Oh, I'm
25?
sorry. Yes, go
Let's
ahead.
number B.
Let's finish yours, Commissioner. I'm sorry.
One item, one little item.
One quick item.
Belinda Reyes, Precinct 4, item 25B, requesting approval of lease agreement by and between Hidalgo County and the Board of Regents of the Texas A&M University System for the lease of space in the Lynn San Manuel Emergency Services Facility at Precinct number 4, located at 21661 Texas 186 in Edinburgh, Texas 78542.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Now we go to 28B.
We were giving you time to talk to Sassine about the next audit.
It's already planned and ready.
It's done.
Excuse me, Walter.
Yes, thank you for the accommodation and allow me to present right now. Just for the record, my name is Ricky Longoria, partner with BML, Burton McCumber and Longoria, and we've had the honor and privilege to work with the county and its agencies in completing the audit for Hidalgo County. Certainly, we sit here today in January, but the actual audit was actually completed. If you look at the date of the audit report, it was actually back in late October, along with all the federal and single audit requirements finished within 30 days after that date. So it was finished earlier, and if you give me just a second to gather. So again, the audit report is actually dated October 26. Just in context, for the past couple of years, it's been somewhat of a challenge for the County of Hidalgo to be able to gather all the information, and really not just the county proper, but the scope of our audit has always included urban county, community service agency, Head Start, and also the audit of the drainage district gets rolled into that of the County of Hidalgo. And trying to put all those pieces together in order to be able to complete a timely audit has been somewhat of a challenge for the county itself. Nonetheless, it does get completed, and I just want to just make a note that there has been some improvement in this process. Last year's audit report was actually dated March of the following year, so there's actually been a 4 to 5 month improvement in the actual completion of the audit. Still, though, there's still work to be done. One of the challenges that we've had, of course, is just getting information, and again, just to show areas of improvement. If you look back to the prior audit report and the condition of the records that were given to us for audit, whereas last year we had to post close to 600 adjusting journal entries during the course of audit. This year, it's 150. Now, that sounds like a lot because it is a lot. But my point is that it is slightly getting better and hopefully continues to get better over the years. Also, too, just to give you some context, one of the trial balances from one of the agencies, we did not actually get that till September 30th. And so that also prevented us from being able to complete the audit sooner. I know it has been our goal to provide the highest level of service that we can, and part of that process includes active communication with county management, with agencies in order to push this thing along. Valde can attest to the fact that we have weekly meetings with staff trying to move things along, and I hope you all appreciate that effort in order to try to complete this audit.
Yes, Judge Commissioners, that is correct. We for quite some time now, we've had a standing weekly Wednesday or
standing week every.
And everybody that needs to be involved is involved, and at those meetings, whoever we need to reach out to, we immediately get them on the line and get answers to the questions and so forth and so on.
Yeah. So the audit that we're actually discussing today, of course, is for the year ended December 31st, 2022. And of course, just acknowledge that we complete the audit in accordance with government auditing standards and uniform guidance. You may recall uniform guidance applies to the single audit. Why is the county subject to single audit? Because it receives $180 million worth of federal and state funds during the year. And actually, the threshold for a requirement for single audit is $750,000, so you're way above that threshold. And actually, the $180 million in federal state fund is approximately the same number as the prior year as well, so that lift has been about the same. What I am looking in front of me is that letter that I just provided to Valde, just to give you all just a high-level overview of the audit itself. Again, I just spoke to the auditing standards. Exciting stuff. There was actually a new accounting standard that the county had to implement as it relates to leases. The county, it was so significant, not just for the county, but for all of our clients, that entities are going out and engaging a third party to come in to do computations with respect to leases. Not getting into the details of the lease computation, but I want to let you know that the accounting profession continues to be a challenge in terms of creating new accounting things that we need to deal with. Leases was one. There is another one that the counties have to deal with respect to 2023, and I know the county auditor is working on that to put that together. Just a reminder that the estimates are an integral part of the financial audit. I've always said that debits and credits got equal all the time. That doesn't mean that in arriving those debits and credits being the same, that there aren't estimates in some of those numbers. Some of the most significant ones relate to allowances for doubtful accounts and uncollectible taxes, or estimates of depreciation and things of that nature. So I just acknowledge that there are estimates included within the audit report itself. Spoke about already the difficulties encountered in performing the audit, and I think some of the improvements, although there is still much more to improve on, compared to the prior year. I spoke about just the overall number of adjustments that are needed to be posted, acknowledging that there are no disagreements with management. This is literally a team effort to try to get the audit of really the 7th or 6th largest county in the entire state of Texas out. And again, with $180 million worth of federal state funds, it requires a lot of work. And just acknowledging management does take responsibility for the actual audit report itself. They're the ones that put it together. So that's just the overview on the audit itself, Judge and Commissioners. As far as the audit report itself, I just want to acknowledge, I think, a number that's probably important to the public and some things related to the audit. One is, with respect to the year ended December 31st, 2022, our opinion as it relates to the financial statements of the audit is an unmodified, clean opinion, if you will. That has been consistent with the prior year's audit report letters as well. Also, I do like to speak to fund balance, because that certainly is a critical component of looking at financial stability of a particular entity, amongst others, though. But the unassigned fund balance as of December 31st, 2022 is approximately $34 million, almost about the same amount it was in the prior year. That represents about 15% of total expenditures of the county. And in terms of whether that's good or bad, that almost goes back to the eye of the beholder. Is $34 million a good number? It's a good number. Is it $40 million better? Is $15 million better? Well, maybe not. Maybe that's too much. It just kind of goes back to your perspective. But at $34 million, you're about 15% of total expenditures for the county. Just from a big picture standpoint, I think during that year, the county accomplished all the things that you would expect it to do. It was able to provide service to its citizens, build and continue to maintain infrastructure. It was able to pay its vendors on time. It was able to pay its employees on time. It was able to generate revenue on a conservative basis relative to its budget. And at the end of the day, you're able to meet your budget. And I will add that there was no new debt in 2022, although you may be contemplating some in the future. But as of that time, there was no new debt. So that's a big picture review of the audit report itself. I've consistently offered and will continue to offer. If you'd like for me to meet with you at your office and go over the details, I would certainly give you that time. We also do have findings and questions and costs associated with our audit report that are included within the audit itself. We work with management to try to get those items resolved. If you can imagine, one of the comments itself is we need collectively to get better in getting this audit report out on time, and that involves getting better prepared. Okay? So, Judge, that's my overall comments with respect to the audit report, and I'll entertain any questions or comments that you all may have.
I have a quick question.
Sure.
The services that the county provides, they're all mandated services, correct?
If the there are mandated to the extent that if you get federal funds, it has an objective, and those are mandated services. But certainly, you do have the obligation to build roads, to build streets, to maintain this public safety and things of that nature that, whether it's a legal mandate or a moral mandate, I think it's something that the county should be.
Well, it's a legal mandate because that's where we were created, to provide those services.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and unlike cities, the county has only one source of revenue. Cities have sales tax revenues, bridge revenues, all kinds of other revenues. We only have one source of revenue. So if we were to retain you to say, can you cut $10 million from our budget, do you think more likely than not that would be possible? And not reduce services?
Well, there's always a consequence. For every action, there's an opposite and equal reaction, right? And so a cut of a reduction in cost would most likely result in a decrease in services. I say most likely because there's always a debate about are you efficient as you could be in providing those services. But even if you assume you were, I don't know, 5% inefficient or 10% inefficient, in that size cut, it would definitely affect services just because of the size of the number we're talking about.
Do you feel that the size of our budget is unreasonable for being the 7th most populous county in Texas?
I looked at other budgets comparatively, and you all are comparative to budgets of your size.
I don't have any other questions.
Okay. Judge, Commissioners, that's all I have for this afternoon.
Sorry we didn't get you up here earlier. Next time we'll get you up here earlier.
It's okay. I'm here to serve, so whatever it takes.
Well, I mean, the accountant's presentation is always the most exciting thing.
It is. You know, I always debate, do you want to be the first out of the box in the morning, or do you want to be the first guy after lunch? I guess today I'm the one after lunch, so I guess it's about the same.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Well, I think we're going to go back to our regular agenda items. The next item is 6A. That's my issue. What we're basically doing here is doing a contract with COSTAP, that's a nonprofit organization, basically to follow our economic leads. You want to, Juan?
Good afternoon, Judge, Commissioners. I'm here to present A193906. It's discussion, consideration, and approval of a memorandum of understanding between Hidalgo County and COSTEP to provide COSTEP with economic leads received from the state of Texas involving companies that are considering locating all or portion of their operations into South Texas region. Motion to approve.
You're requesting a motion to approve.
Motion to approve?
Yeah. Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Juan.
Thank you.
Item 7A.
Good afternoon, Judge Cortez, Commissioners. Melissa Flores on behalf of Judge Rene Rodriguez Bencourt. Today we have 4 items on the agenda in relation to our juvenile specialty courts. Item 7A entitled 449 District Court Fiscal Year 2024 Lifelines Girls Juvenile Mental Health Court Program, requesting approval to submit a budget adjustment to the Office of the Governor, Criminal Justice Division for the fiscal year 2024 Hidalgo County Lifelines Girls Juvenile Mental Health Court Program. Grant number 4426102, request for approval.
So moved. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 7B, entitled 449 District Court Fiscal Year 2024 Juvenile Drug Court Program, requesting approval to submit a budget adjustment to the Office of the Governor, Criminal Justice Division for fiscal year 2024 Hidalgo County Juvenile Drug Court Program. Grant number 4426002, request for approval.
So moved. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 7C, we are also seeking for the entitled 449 District Court Fiscal Year 2025 Juvenile Drug Court Program. We are also seeking one authorization and approval to submit grant application to the Office of the Governor, Criminal Justice Division Specialty Courts Grants Program for fiscal year 2025 in relation to the Hidalgo County Juvenile Drug Court Program for the period of September the 1st, 2024 to August 31st, 2025. 2, approval of resolution in support of the Hidalgo County Juvenile Drug Court Program and to designate the county judge as the grantee's authorized official with authority for Commissioners Court governing body to execute resolution. And 3, approval for county judge as authorized official to e-sign application and all related documents under e-grants. Request for approval.
So moved. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Last item is item 7D, entitled 449 District Court Fiscal Year 2025 Hidalgo County Lifelines Girls Juvenile Mental Health Court Program. We are also seeking one, authorization and approval to submit grant application to the Office of the Governor, Criminal Justice Division Specialty Courts Grants Program for fiscal year 2025 in relation to the Hidalgo County Lifelines Girls Juvenile Mental Health Court Program for the period of September the 1st, 2024 to August 31st, 2025. Two, approval of resolution in support of the Hidalgo County Lifelines Girls Juvenile Mental Health Court Program, and to designate the county judge as the grantee's authorized official with authority for a commissioner's court governing body to execute resolution. And three, approve for county judge as authorized official to e-sign application and all related documents under e-grants. Request for approval.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much,
District Attorney's
Commissioners.
Office. District Attorney's Office, 8A.
Good afternoon, Judge Cortez, Commissioners. Rosalinda Caldu presenting for the District Attorney's Office. Item 8A, requesting approval for the county judge as the chief executive officer and the county sheriff as the head of department to sign the CEO law enforcement certifications and assurances form required by the Office of the Governor for participation in all aspects of the programs and procedures utilized by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 8B, forensic evidence testing grant. We're asking for approval to submit forensic testing grant number 4430802 budget adjustment to the Office of the Governor.
Motion approved.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 8C, the DA Victim Assistance Program grant. We're asking for approval to submit a VAP grant 2924306 budget adjustment to the Office of the Governor.
Motion approved.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 9A, HIDA Task Force. We're asking for approval of 2023 appropriation of funds from the Chapter 59 unassigned fund balance in the amount of $14,604.73 to clear 2023 fringe benefit deficits.
Motion approved.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you very much. Sheriff's Office.
Good afternoon, Judge. Good afternoon, Commissioners. Captain Stephen Cortez presenting on behalf of Sheriff Eddie Guerra. Item 10A, Sheriff's Office Fiscal Year 2022 OPSG Grant. Seeking authorization to approve grant adjustment for a 3-month extension for fiscal year 2022 Operation Stone Garden. A2, authorization for Judge Cortez to certify the adjustments on e-grants.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Item 10B, discussion and consideration and approval of the Hidalgo County Sheriff's Office incentive policy on receipt form for the Headset for Heroes recognition program. Seeking approval.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 10C, Sheriff's Office VOCA Grant. Number 1, authorization and approval to apply for the fiscal year 2025 General Victims Assistance Grant Program with the Office of the Governor, Criminal Justice Division for the period of October the 1st, 2024 through September the 30th, 2025. Item 2, authorization for the county judge to e-sign the required documentation under e-grants as the authorized official. And item 3, authorization for the county judge to certify grant application under e-grants as authorized official. Seeking approval.
Motion to approve 10C 1, 2, and 3.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Item 10D. Number 1, pursuant to Texas Local Government Code Subchapter D263.151, for declaration of asset number 73175, issued the firearm as further detailed in supporting documentation contained herein as surplus for the purpose of disposition as permitted by the Government Code 614, Chapter 614. Number 2, pursuant to the Government Code Section 614, permitting a peace officer retiring from the governmental entity to purchase their assigned firearm. We're requesting the Hidalgo County Commissioners Court approve the value of Senior Deputy Joseph Angel's issued firearm at the fixed asset value at $194.38.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Thank you. Item 10E, pursuant to Texas Local Government Code Subchapter D-263.151, declaration of asset number 76578, issued firearm, as further detailed in the supporting documentation contained herein as surplus for the purpose of disposition as permitted by the Government Code, Chapter 614. Number 2, pursuant to the Government Code, Section 614, permitting a peace officer retiring from a governmental entity to purchase their assigned firearm, requesting that Hidalgo County Commissioners Court approve the value of Senior Deputy Rene Tijerina's issued firearm at the fixed asset value of $235.95.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Item 11A, Constable Precinct 1.
Yes, good afternoon, Judge and Commissioners, Sergeant Salazar. Item 11A, presentation and discussion of the 2023 racial profiling report as presented by the Hidalgo County Constables Precinct 1 Department in accordance with Article 2.133 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedures.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Item 12A, Constable Precinct 3.
Good afternoon, Judge and Commissioners. I am Chief Deputy Jerry Simona with Larry Gallardo, Constable Precinct 3. Under 12A, we seek the approval of the 2024 appropriation of Hidalgo County Constable Precinct 3, Chapter 59 fund in the amount of $45,434.90.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Item 13A, Constable Precinct 4.
13A, Sergeant Barrera, Precinct 4 Constable's Office, is the presentation and discussion of the 2023 Racial Profiling Report and presentation by Hidalgo County Constable Precinct 4 Department in accordance with Article 2.133 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedures.
Motion to approve?
Second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Thank you, sir. 14A, Human Resources. Erica
Good
Reyna.
afternoon, Judge Commissioners. Erica Reyna for the Department of Human Resources. Item 14A, I'm requesting a waiver of the following if applicable for the personnel items listed. I need action on item number 2, the Hidalgo County Personnel Policy Manual, section 6.27, and number 3, the Budget Amendment Policy Personnel Related Amendments.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 14B for the Information Technology Department, approve the following actions effective next full pay period, January 29, 2024. The actions are to create slot 0063 as Cybersecurity Analyst 4 at a grade 15, slot 0064 as System Support Specialist 3 at a grade 13, and slot 0065 as Cybersecurity Analyst 2 at a grade 12. Item 14B2 is approval to revise the classified position list in accordance with the action above. I do recommend approval.
So moved. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 14C for the Health Department, approval of the following actions effective next full pay period, January 29, 2024. It is to delete slot 0073, Public Health Education Coordinator, grade 14, 0057, Maintenance 1, grade 3, 0019, Animal Control Specialist 1, grade 4, and to create slot 0089, Public Health Liaison, grade 16, 0021, Supervisor 2, grade 11, and 0022, Administrative Assistant 3, grade 8. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 14D for Precinct 2, approve of the following actions effective upon Commissioner's Court approval. The actions are to delete slot 0008, Administrative Assistant 2, grade 6, 0014, Planning Analyst 1, grade 10, 0019, System Support Specialist 2, grade 11, 0020, Executive Assistant 3, grade 15, 0023, Custodian 2, grade 3, 0025, Assistant Chief Administrator 2, grade 19, 0105, Assistant Director of Field Operations 2, grade 16, and 0126, Equipment Operator 2, grade 8. I recommend approval.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 14E, County Court of Law Number 4, approve the following action effective upon Commissioner's Court approval. The court is requesting authorization to increase their interpreter allowance for slot 0002, a court coordinator, from the current amount of $3,300 to the proposed amount of $6,000. This is within the allocated budget of the court. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 14F for the District Attorney's Office, approval to award a discretionary staff for the employee listed below in accordance with HR criteria certification as per Section 8.03 of the Classification and Compensation Plan. effective upon Commissioners Court approval. This is to move the employee to a discretionary step 9 for the slots as listed. It's an Assistant District Attorney 4 at a grade 19. Thus, Commissioners, this is in accordance with the policy. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And item 14G for Urban County, approve of the following personnel changes as per Exhibit A, effective upon Commissioners Court approval. Judge Commissioners, the Classification Committee did meet last week and is recommending reclassification of a division manager at the Urban County program. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you,
Have a
Erica.
great afternoon. Thank you.
Urban County, item 15A.
Good afternoon, Judge and Commissioners. I'm Nelly Flores, presenting for Urban County Program. Item 15A, requesting exception from competitive bidding requirements under the Texas Local Government Code 262.02484 for professional architectural services, and presentation of the scoring grid for the purposes of ranking by Commissioners Court of at least 3 architectural service firms from the county's approved pool, as graded and evaluated by Urban County Program, City of Elsa, and Hidalgo County Purchasing Department in connection with and funded through Urban County Program Year 2023, City of Elsa, other public facility improvement funds. Midland Architectural Service scored at 92.6, Sam Garcia Architect at 90%, TWG Architects at 87.6. Would you like to rank accordingly?
So moved. Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Number 3, authority to negotiate a professional architectural service contract with the #1 ranked firm of Midland Architectural Services for the provisions of architectural services for Urban County Program Year 2023, City of Elsa, other public facility improvement project.
So moved. Second?
I do recommend approval.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 15B, requesting approval to enter into a contribution in aid of construction agreement with AEP Texas Central Company in the amount of $90,459 with 70 cents for the installation of primary poles and street lights within the city of Benita. CDBG 2023 Benita Street Improvement Funds will be utilized for this purchase. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Last item, 15C, discussion, consideration, and action for approval for a best and final negotiated contract for professional engineering services with SAMS Inc. in the amount of $43,377 utilized in CDBG fiscal year 34, 35, and 36, La Villa Flood Drainage Improvement Funding, and approval of work authorization #1, subject to House Bill 1295. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mr. Olivares, item 16A.
Good afternoon, Judge Commissioners. Eddie Olivares, Hidalgo County Health and Human Services. I have several items today. 16A, discussion and approval of the CPS-PH Workforce Retention Pay Plan. That's #1. And #2 is ratification of AI 93699 and approval of the certification of revenue in the amount of $500,000 and appropriation of the same.
Motion to approve?
This is sorry, go ahead.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Item B is requested approval to accept and for the county judge to sign the Texas Infertility Prevention Project Agreement that promotes identification, treatment, and prevention of sexually transmitted infections.
Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item C is requesting approval to submit a grant application and budget to the Texas Department of State Health Services for the All Hazards Public Health Emergency Preparedness Conference in the amount of $175,000.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item D, Healthcare Funding District. Discussion and consideration approval to draw down funds for the demonstration year 13 UC Advanced Intergovernmental Transfer Payment in the amount to be determined by Health and Human Services Commission instructions from the Local Provider Participation Fund, the LPPF, with a transfer date of February 1st, 2024, and a submittal date of February 2nd, 2024. As of this time, the figure will be sent to us by the state of Texas on the 25th of this month, sir. So we don't have the exact amount, but it's all within the budgetary lines. It does not affect our county general budget at all.
Motion to approve?
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item B is approval and certification of revenues as certified by the county auditor for the local provider participation fund in the amount to be determined by Health and Human Services Commissions and the final instructions. I said on the 25th, we'll get that and we'll follow through with the auditors and treasurer's office on those procedures when the amount is given to us.
Motion to approve?
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And item C is approval of appropriation of funds for the local participation provided fund, the amount to be determined by Health and Human Services Commission. In accordance with final instructions, of course, collaboration with the treasurer and the auditor's office will be included.
Motion to approve?
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Olivares.
Thank you.
Item 18A, adult probation.
Good afternoon, Judge, Commissioners. Faustino Lopez with adult probation. I'm here on item 18A, approval to apply for the following 2025 Criminal Justice Division of the Governor's Office grants and approval of resolutions pertaining to each grant. 1, DWI Court Grant Number 2413915. 2, Veterans Court Grant Number 2431514. 3, Substance Abuse Treatment Facility RSAT Grant Number 2928010. 4, Misdemeanor DWI Court Grant Number 3623207. Mental Health Court Grant Number 3848406. Youthful Offender Court Grant Number 3813406. Item 7, Reentry Court Grant. Item 8, Domestic Violence Court Grant. Item 9, Felony Domestic Violence Court Grant. And item 10, Misdemeanor Drug Court Grant.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thanks, sir.
Thank you so much.
Item 19A, Mr. Longorian.
Good afternoon, Judge, Commissioners. Item number 19A is discussion, consideration, and possible action to recommend approval to accept the Community Service Block Grant Program, CSBG, contract number 612-40004139 for fiscal year 2024 in the amount of $610,995 from the Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs, with authorization for Jaime Laguna to electronically sign any and all pertinent documents.
Motion to approve?
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item B is discussion, consideration, and possible action for recommend approval to accept the Comprehensive Energy Assistance Program, contract number 5824-0004026 for fiscal year 2024 in the amount of $4,295,644. The Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs, with authorization for Jaime Laguna to electronically sign any and all pertinent documents.
Motion to approve?
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 19C is discussion, consideration, and possible action to recommend approval to accept the Comprehensive Energy Assistance Program, contract number 589-40004174 for fiscal year 2024 in the amount of $383,661 from the Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs, with authorization for Jaime Laguna to electronically sign any and all pertinent documents.
Motion to approve?
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And item 19D is discussion, consideration, and possible action to recommend approval to accept amendment number 3 to the fiscal year 2023 Community Service Block Grant Program, contract number 6123-003801 for the Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs, to extend the contract to March 31st with authorization for Jaime Laguna to electronically sign any and all pertinent documents.
Motion to approve?
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Item 21A. The WIC program.
Judge, Commissioners, with your permission for WIC, requesting approval of the certification of revenue by the county auditor in the amount of $150,000 in appropriation of the same. Motion to approve?
Second?
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 22A, Mr. Ureste, Planning Department.
Good afternoon, Judge and Commissioners. Item 22A1, Jose Luis Subdivision, Precinct 4. This is off of Seminary Road in Monte Cristo. It's a 3-lot, single family. Staff recommends approval.
Motion to approve?
Second?
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item B, Guajardo Estate Subdivision in Precinct 4. This is off of Texas Road and Tower Road. This is a 4-lot, single family subdivision. Staff recommends approval.
Motion to approve?
Second?
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Mr. Odesti. Mr. Odesti.
Yes.
Judge Commissioners, for the record, the next item, 22AC, Commissioner Fuentes will be abstaining from any discussion and/or action. Thank you. Mr. Odesti, I'm sorry. Mr. Odesti, please proceed.
Item C, Rio Orchards Estate Subdivision, Precinct 1, off of Mile 5 North Road and Mile 4.5 West Road. This is a 53 multifamily single-lot subdivision. Staff recommends approval.
Motion to approve?
Second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Let the record reflect that Commissioner Fuentes abstained from any vote or action, discussion on this item.
Item 2A, final approval with the financial guarantee. This is the District North Westico Phase 2 subdivision in Precinct 1 off of Mile 11 North Road and Mile 5.5 West Road. This is a 54-lot, single-family subdivision. Staff recommends approval.
Motion to approve?
Second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 3A for final approval, Las Encinitas Phase 3 subdivision in Precinct 4. This is off of Monte Cristo and Terry Road. This is a 182 single-family lot and 17 commercial lot subdivision. Staff recommends approval.
Motion to approve?
Second?
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank
Thank
you,
you,
sir.
Judge and Commissioners.
Commissioner Fuentes, item 23A.
Yes, thank you, Judge. Discussion, number one, discussion, consideration, and possible action authorizing Hidalgo County to submit applications for the RAISE fiscal year 2024 grant for the Nolano Loop project and for the Mile 2 West project, and to authorize Hidalgo County Precinct 1 Commissioner David Fuentes to sign any documentation associated with the submittal.
Judge, Commissioners, before any action is taken, for the record, I do have a public participation form from Ms. Fern McClarity. She has several items, so I'm going to ask if Ms. Fern McClarity is present. Ms. McClarity? So Ms. McClarity is no longer present in the courtroom, so for the record, her public participation form items were 23A, 25B, 26B, 26D1, 27A2, and 27D1. I'd just like for the record to reflect that Ms. Fern McClarity is no longer in the audience at Commissioner's Court.
Okay, motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 23A2, discussion, consideration, and possible action to schedule public hearings regarding the Nolana Loop project and the Mile 2 West project on February 8th, 2024, and February 15th, 2024. Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. 23A3, discussion, consideration, possible action to authorize publication of notice in the Monitor regarding public hearings for the Nolana Loop project and the Mile 2 West project. Motion to approve.
Second.
Second?
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. 23B, I'd like to recommend the reappointment of Ezequiel Reina Jr. as a member of the Hidalgo County Regional Mobility Authority Board by Commissioner Precinct 1 effective 2/1/24. Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Judge.
Item 24A, Commissioner Cantu.
24A, requesting approval of a new electrical service for 3 new meters with application fees in the amount of $75 for the Precinct 2 Aquiles Jaime Garza Park, payable to Magic Valley Electric Cooperative, with authority for the county treasurer to issue payment after reviewing and auditing process are completed by the county auditor. Motion approved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 26A, Mr. Soto.
Yes, good afternoon, Judge, Commissioners. Item 26A, discussion, consideration, and approval of AEP contribution and aid of construction agreement for the installation of 17 streetlights for Southern Breeze subdivision located in precinct 4. I recommend approval.
Second. Motion made.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, item 26B, approval to designate funds in 2023 for the expenditure related to the following programs as listed. For the record, there is an update in 2 programs. The IT countywide program will be for the amount of $665,337.20. And for the last program, the adult detention parking lot should be in the amount of $262,642.48. I recommend approval.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 26C1, requesting approval for the following items regarding the assistance of South Texas College Nursing Program, which will be A, to rescind action previously taken on September 19, 2023, for the third interlocal cooperation agreement between the County of Hidalgo and South Texas College and amended budget. Also B, to terminate the second interlocal cooperation agreement between the County of Hidalgo and South Texas College that was effective May 2022. And to reimburse South Texas College for eligible costs incurred through May 2022. Now, these items, we want to do this step because there is an updated agreement in the next item. So we will need to approve these items so that we could go into effect and approve an updated one, which will be presented in 26C2.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Item 26C2, discussion, consideration, and action to approve the South Texas College Nursing and Allied Healthcare Professionals Program under the Hidalgo County American Rescue Plan Act Healthcare Professionals Program. And B, consideration and action to approve the interlocal cooperation between Hidalgo County and South Texas College for the assistance to South Texas College Healthcare Professionals Program with authority for the county judge as authorized official to sign the agreement subject to legal review.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Item 26C3, requesting approval to amend the budget for the Paraíso Community Resource Center due to increased costs for infrastructure located in precinct 3.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right. 26C4, requesting approval to amend Exhibit C, budget proposal for the Precinct 2 Small Repairs and Rehab Housing Project, memorandum of understanding.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
26C5, discussion, consideration, and approval of the first amended interlocal cooperation agreement between County of Hidalgo and the City of Mercedes, with authority for the county judge as authorized official to sign the interlocal cooperation agreement, subject to legal review. Recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, under budget appropriations, similar as what we had discussed in 26B, we're in 26B, we wanted to end 2023 for those funds to be as a restricted account for year end. So in this item, we're going to make them available for 2024. So that was just to lead up to this the little background for this item. Okay. Item 26D1, approval to undesignate the funds in 2024 for expenditures related to these programs and appropriation of the same. And also, just as the other one, to clarify, program IT countywide will be for the amount of $665,337.20. And the adult detention parking lot program should be in the amount of $262,642.48. I recommend approval.
So move.
Second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries.
Last item, 26D2, approval of 2024 appropriation of funds from the courthouse security fund balance in the amount of $800 for anticipated expenditures. Recommend approval.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Item 27, Purchases Department, Mr. Mescua.
Good afternoon, Judge, Commissioner, Mr. Guerra, Ms. Ramirez, for the record, Ignacio Mesco from the Purchasing Department. Agenda item 27A for Hidalgo County. 1, a presentation of the scoring grid for the purpose of ranking by Hidalgo County Commissioner score of rated vendor submission with the recommendation by the Evaluation Committee members for the Independent Audit Service for Hidalgo County. Do you wish to rank in order of their scores?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
B, requesting Commissioner score approval to proceed negotiation with the number 1 RAM vendor, Orton, Macomber, and Longoria for independent audit services for Hidalgo County. I do recommend to approve.
So moved. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
2, requesting approval of the following potential change order in connection with the construction of the Hidalgo County new courthouse from contracted vendor Morganti, Texas, subject to final legal review and approval with authority for county executive officer to sign or require documentation. Description: potential change order 211, total amount not to exceed $21,456. Potential change order 265, total amount not to exceed $1,372. Potential change order 277, total amount not to exceed $3,546. Potential change order 279, total amount not to exceed $112,161. Potential change order 280, total amount not to exceed $5,270. I recommend to approve.
Motion to approve. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
3, discussion, consideration, and action to authorize Valdeguerra County Executive Officer to approve the following change order for Morganti, Texas, with authority for the County Executive Office to sign or require documentation. Description: change order MTI 109. For the record, the correct amount is $1,026,298 with 35 cents.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
27B, for County Treasurer 1, requesting approval of first amendment to the Xerox Corporation contract for the removal of 2 of the 3 copiers located at the Hidalgo County Treasurer's Office with authority for County Judge to sign or require documents.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
27C, for Precinct 2, 1, requesting approval to award your contractor Hercon through Hidalgo County's membership with Vibor for the Hidalgo Health Clinic Improvement Project in the amount of $44,230 with 37 cents, with authority to issue notice to proceed upon receipt of the required payment and performance bonds, if applicable.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
2A, pursuant to Texas Local Government Code, Chapter 263.151, 2B.C.D. and 263.152A2, action to declare 2005 Peterbilt truck and 2014 Caterpillar dump truck as surplus for the purpose of disposition of the 2 units for use as trade-ins toward the acquisition of 2 2023 Peterbilt 548 Lotkin dump truck, including the removal of said assets from the inventory list.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Be approved to purchase 2 2023 Peterbilt 548 Lotkin dump trucks through the Hidalgo County's membership with Purchasing Cooperative of America, awarded vendor Big B Tractor, DBA Blue Cat Rentals from Terra Equipment, the total amount of $406,984 with 2 cents, with authority for the county judge to sign all required documents. I recommend to approve.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
D, for Precinct 3, 1, requesting acceptance and approval to execute amendment number 4 between Hidalgo County and ERO Architect for the El Paraíso building project to extend the and amend construction administration phase service and its compensation, with authority for county judge to sign all required documentation.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
27E, for Precinct 4, 1A, requesting acceptance and approval of professional construction material testing service final negotiating agreement with Millennium Engineering Group for the construction material testing, Hidalgo County Precinct 4, Mile 17, and 83rd Stormwater Project, as ranked and approved by Commissioner's Court on November 14, 2023, agenda item 93252, with authority for county judge to sign all required documentation.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
B, requesting approval of work authorization number 1 in the amount of $19,931 with 50 cents for the construction material test in Hidalgo County Precinct 4, Mile 17th and 83rd Stormwater Project with authority for county judge to sign or require documentation and issue of the notice to proceed.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
2A, requesting authority to accept an award construction contract for the Hidalgo County Precinct 4 Tex-Mex Road Stormwater Project to the lowest responsible and responsible bidder, Reneguera and Son Holding, for a total amount of $392,684 with the authority to issue notice to proceed upon receipt of the required payment and performance bonds.
So move.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
B, pursuant to Article 4.14 of the legal notice, requesting authority to waive minor technicalities for the submission requirement of the request for bid received.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
27F for public defenders, 1, pursuant to post minimum terms of the current contract, seeking authority to provide 60-day written termination notice of subscription agreement for online services with Thompson Reuters due to service no longer required by the public defender's office. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
27G for human resources, 1A, requesting authority to advertise with approval of the procurement package for consulting services for self-funded health plan with authority to advertise if applicable.
So move.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
B, requesting appointment of the evaluation committee by Commissioner's Court to review, score, and grade responses for consulting services for self-funded health plan. Please appoint the evaluation committee.
Maria Hilda Salinas for me.
Chief Suarez.
Chief Garza.
Chief Arcaute.
And Chief Belinda Reyes.
Noted.
Do we need a motion?
Yeah, Judge, just a consideration, I'd like to be able to join these meetings when
Sure.
I'm able to, please.
I think you would be invaluable.
I just don't want to be an official committee member. Motion to approve the recommendations.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
2A, requesting authority to advertise with approval of the procurement package for actuarial services for GASB 74 and 75 with authority to advertise if applicable.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
B, requesting appointment of the evaluation committee by Commissioner's Court to review, score, and grade responses for actuarial services for GASB 74 and 75. Please appoint the evaluation committee.
Chief Suarez.
Garza.
Arcaute.
Chief Reyes.
Me? I'd like to be in that committee.
Noted.
Judge, who was yours? Sorry.
Hmm?
Who did you say?
For the actuarial,
You're gonna,
yeah.
all right, fantastic. Motion to approve.
We're gonna
the-
get one or two only.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
I mean, this is,
27.
gonna be- excuse me one second, this is really essential for our rate determination on the health insurance and plans, so this is a really
Well,
important
it's the basis of
of our entire.
what we're doing, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, and claims.
That's why I wanted to be in there.
Well, I appreciate that, Judge, thank you.
27H for facilities management. 1, requesting acceptance and approval to execute amendment number 1 between Hidalgo County and ERO Architect for the renovation of the election department building project to extend and amend construction administration phase services and increase compensation with authority for the county judge to sign required documentation.
So move.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
27I for Chair's Office. 1, requesting approval to award the contractor Amstar through Hidalgo County's membership with BIBORD for the HVAC repair for the Willacy County Detention Facility in the amount of $114,771, and for the exhaust fan repair for the Willacy County Detention Facility in the amount of $87,788.70, with authority to issue notice to proceed upon receipt of the required payment and performance bonds. Recommend to approve.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
2, requesting acceptance and approval of the certification of construction completion from HARCON for the Hidalgo County Sheriff's Office repayment of the CID parking lot project with the final payment amount of $67,811.96 as recommended by Engineer GDJ Engineering with authority for the county judge to sign all required documentation.
Judge, Commissioners, for the record, and Mr. Amezcua, for the record, Commissioner Villarreal will be abstaining from any discussion and/or action on this item.
Motion approved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Let the record show that Commissioner Villarreal abstained from any action or discussion on this item.
3A, consideration and approval of memorandum of understanding between Hidalgo County Sheriff's Office and Edcar Police Department for the acceptance of a 2023 Dodge Charger to be transferred from Edcar PD to Hidalgo County Sheriff's Office with authority for the county judge or the Hidalgo County Sheriffs to sign all required documents.
So move.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
B, consideration and approval of memorandum of understanding between Hidalgo County Sheriff's Office and Edgar Police Department for the acceptance of a 2022 Ford F-150 to be transferred from Edgar Police Department to Hidalgo County Sheriff's Office with authority for the county judge or the Hidalgo County Sheriffs to sign any required documents.
So move.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
4A, pursuant to Texas Local Procurement Code 263.152, discussion and approval to declare a surplus non-conforming vehicle listed on Exhibit A contained herein, including authority to remove said property from Hidalgo County Sheriff's Office inventory list.
So move.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
B, consideration and approval of the memorandum of understanding between the Hidalgo County Sheriff's Office and Sullivan City Police Department for the purpose of the use of the equipment between parties and authorize the county judge or the Hidalgo County Sheriffs to sign any required documents.
So move.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
27J for Oakland County, 1, requesting approval to award contract to the Los Tesoros Investment. 1, to the sole responsible bidder meeting all specification and requirement for lease of office space Urban County program with authority for the county judge to sign all required documents.
So move.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
27K for County-wide, 1, requesting acceptance and approval of amendment number 6 between Hidalgo County and R Fire and Safety for fire alarm and security monitoring services to include additional locations as illustrated in Exhibit B with authority for county judge to sign all required documentation. Recommend approval.
So move.
Motion to approve. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Bade,
Judge,
end
Commissioner.
it, end it.
Yes, sir. Judge, Commissioners, item 28A, 1, 2, and 3, no action to be taken. 28B has already been presented and acted on. We have gone to closed session and come out to open session, taking all appropriate action items. We took a no action on 30A and B, and there is no action to be taken on item 32, and no action to be taken on item 33. We have adjournment. Before we adjourn, Judge Commissioners, as I stated at the last court session, we do have a special meeting next week. It is to end period 13 for the County of Hidalgo with our accounting auditor's office, and we have a 9:15, I believe it's a one item, 9:15 a.m. for Drainage District, I think it's one item, and then 9:30 Commissioners Court, and it is for approval of bills, and I believe we have two time-sensitive issues that just popped up that on there, but it will be an extremely short meeting. I will send out the appropriate calendar invites.
Motion to adjourn.
Second. We have a motion, second to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We are adjourned.